Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good evening. Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits and all of that good stuff. All right. We're back at it again with another show. Some more conversations. And we got some breaking news. Something that I felt like we all knew was going to inevitably happen. I feel like this was going to happen. Okay. But now it is now happening in full effect. And I'm going to say this really quick. Shiver me timbers. Shiver me timbers. Okay, now, we got a few things we got to talk about, okay? Not only just the main topic that you see above or down below or wherever you're watching this show right here. There's a few things that we need to talk about before we go into this main topic, but it all revolves around Diddy. Yes, Diddy is looking at some serious charges now, even more charges than ever before. And the feds are ready. They're beyond ready. So this is absolutely crazy. We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to get straight into it, okay? So do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms like the TikTok, okay? If you're watching on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, Rumble as well, make sure you hit that reaction button. Of course, hit that follow button as well on those platforms because I am on those platforms. So go check them out. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the conversation. Yes, on TikTok. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. We got some stuff to talk about. All right? Don't forget to subscribe here on the main channel if you're watching on YouTube. Go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Crush that subscribe button over there as well. Please and thank you. All right. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out those roses if you're watching on the TikTok. All right. I got those roses up above. If you want to hit one and all that, that'll be greatly appreciated. All right. Make sure you subscribe to that secondary channel. Okay. Please make sure you do that. Patreon. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And of course, check out PascalMerch.com. Like I said, I got some really great stuff over there. Go check it out. I'm sure you're going to find something you're going to absolutely love over there, like a mother lover. Okay? So go check it out. All right? And yeah, there's still birthdays and stuff coming up. So find something over there to put onto your friend or to your loved one's body. All right? Handcrafted hoodies and t-shirts. Let's not forget that. All right? And really dope outfits. I'm just telling you. All right. But anyway, guys, first off, good evening to every single last one of y'all. Again, I appreciate you guys being here. Another day above the dirt is always a blessing. So I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. OK, and I hope this show finds you in good spirits. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Diddy is definitely not in good spirits right now. Why, you may ask? Because one, we already know that there's going to be a litany, a tidal wave, if you will, of lawsuits coming for Diddy. Don't worry, we're going to get into the main topic here, the main topic here in just a second. But something happened yesterday that I didn't get a chance to really dive in and talk to you guys about yesterday or even today. It's been a crazy, crazy day for me. All right. It's been pretty wild. But I can't miss this conversation. Now, I did talk about this on the second channel. So like I said, there are things that I'm squeezing in because sometimes these days get really, really busy. And then I try to squeeze in a show at some point during the day, whenever I can squeeze it in. OK, so like right now, I'm squeezing in this show because I want to give you guys the updates and some breaking news that have been going on. This is something I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys about the other day. And I'm going to share it with you guys right now. Now, Diddy has been accused of attacking a male street performer. Okay. So we got to get into this. I talked about this in more depth on the secondary channel, the Pascal Show Clips. All right. So make sure you go over there and check it out. All right. The full thing. But again, this person is saying that he did some things to him. Okay. And he's going behind a John Doe pseudonym. Okay. But let's take a look at this article. Of course, we got some new information that we're going to get into. There's some breaking news. I promise you we're going to be getting to that breaking news, but we're going to blaze right through this one really quick. So, Diddy had a one-night stand with a street performer, apparently. Problem is, the guy says he was AR'd. He was SA'd. He was attacked, at least according to a new lawsuit. So, the Bad Boy Records founder, a.k.a. Diddy, you know I hate when they do that kind of stuff. So, Diddy, okay, is being sued by a John Doe, another John Doe, okay, who claims Diddy used his mouth, that used John Doe's mouth. How's that? Okay. And then SA'd him. Okay. I don't need to go into further. You know what we're talking, what area. Okay. He SA'd him. All right. After he spiked his drink. Now, again, we've heard this story a multitude of times, right? We've heard this same MO. And again, if any of these allegations, if all of these allegations are true, then this man is serial level diabolical like serial R word. Okay. Serial. All right. So let's move on. In the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, the article that we're reading here, the man claims he was singing and playing the guitar on the street outside a popular Los Angeles nightclub in November of 2022. So just a few years ago. All right. When a man claiming to be a talent scout for Diddy invited him to a Diddy party. So this John Doe claims he was driven to a private home where Diddy invited him to sit down, have a drink, and talk about his music aspirations. He says as the conversation progressed, he complimented Diddy's necklace, and Diddy asked if he wanted to go and see more of Diddy's jewelry collection. Interesting, right? Moving on. The guy claims Diddy then took him to a private room where John Doe allegedly or suddenly felt drowsy, off-balanced, and apparently slightly euphoric, despite consuming only one drink. He says the room had no jewelry. Well, big surprise there. Yeah. So, and just so you know, a street performer, it's not like he was like, oh, I'm super flexible. I can do anything. You know, let me show you as I juggle, balance on one leg, on one foot and have the other foot behind my head as I juggle. No. He was busking, guys. So, he was like out there playing some songs in the streets, trying to get his name out there, trying to make some money while he's playing some music. That's what busking is. Okay. You get your little guitar or your setup, you go out there and you play in the streets. You make a little money. Maybe you gather and grab more fans through doing that, but that's what he was doing. Okay. Street performer sounds very interesting. I will say that. It's like street performer. What the hell does that mean? Right. Like he's like supposed to be part of Cirque du Soleil or something like that. Nah. He was busking, guys. Okay. Just think that. Dude with a guitar singing his heart out on the street. Okay. And Noah, there's a lot of talented buskers out there, or a lot of talented musicians busking out there for sure. Because sometimes they don't want to just play in some smoky or some corner of a bar. Sometimes they just feel like, hey, I'm going to play out and I'm going to make money right here. And some people do that, right? But anyway, moving on. All right. So he was playing, he was doing his stuff, doing his own version of Hallelujah or something like that. Okay. Or some Stevie Wonder cover. And he said, then this talent agent claiming to work for Diddy said, I like you. Come on over. He goes over to this party with Diddy. They sit down. They're talking about music. He's having a drink with him. He says, hey, I like your necklace. He's like, oh, you like jewelry? Sure. You want to see some more bling bling? Let me show you. So they go into another room. And as they go into the other room, that's when things start getting weird as hell. And of course, he's been taken advantage of. This room, like I said just a second ago, has no jewelry. Okay. So he was just swindled, bamboozled, run amok, led astray, thinking that he was going to be walking into a room filled with diamonds. But no. He was brought into a room to be attacked. So he says the room had no jewelry. And then Diddy bluntly asked, have you ever S'd a D before? I'm not making it up. I'm reading it right here. Okay? I'm not making it up. I'm reading it right here, mother lovers. Okay? He said, have you ever S'd a D before? That is a question. That is a question. Moving on, though. He claims he told Diddy no. And Diddy responded, you should try it, while he's exposing himself. Okay? Moving on. The guy claims Diddy forced him to perform top on him. Okay? Grabbing the guy's face and forcefully inserting himself into his mouth. This stuff is tough when you start talking about these acts, right? It's a little tough, okay, to talk about or use code words. Moving on. He says he became more incapacitated from the substances that Diddy allegedly gave him through the drink that was laced, okay? And Diddy took his clothes off and then attacked him, SA'd him. All right, before leaving the room. So he did what he did, and then he left the room. Okay. The next morning, the guy claims he woke up at the house with someone giving him an IV. Now, again, we've heard that before, have we not? The IV thing. We've seen it. He's been in videos showing off that he's doing an IV, even with his own mama. We've seen that as well. Okay. We've even seen that too. Okay. And then he was driven back to the nightclub and dropped off. Never to hear from Diddy ever again. So this was an SA, and some places are calling it a one-night stand. Okay. An SA one-night stand. And I understand that they have been saying that they're calling him an S beast, a sex beast. All right. That this guy claimed to call him that as well because of what he did to this man, allegedly. All right. He claims he suffered pain, mental anguish, emotional torment, humiliation, and shame as a result. And he's going after Diddy for damages, which is, of course, what everybody else, all 120 victims are doing right now. They're all going after the Monies. And guess who's spearheading that? Tony Busby. Okay. So Tony Busby is the lawyer that actually filed this particular lawsuit. All right. So of course we already know he's representing 120 alleged Diddy victims. Okay. So he's the one who filed this lawsuit. And of course, like I always say, every single time we get to hear anything from Diddy's team, they respond with a rubber stamp, a rubber stamp response, which is, as we've said before, Mr. Combs cannot respond to every new publicity stunt, even in response to the claims that are factually ridiculous and demonstrably false. Mr. Combs and his legal team have full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail. That Mr. Combs has never SA'd or ST'd anyone, man, woman, adult, or minor. That's what they say every single time. They have said this a million times. I'm surprised I don't have that memorized at this point. All right? They respond in the exact same way every single time. But let me tell you this too. Are we expecting them to respond with a new tailored response every single mother loving time? Nah, I doubt it. Nah. With these many lawsuits that are coming, and there's more coming. Okay, there's more coming, baby. Okay, and I'll explain here in just a little bit because there's some things going on in the next article that we're going to be talking about. And yeah, there's going to be more than just 120 victims stepping forward. trust yet believe. Okay. And we already seen it. There's already been other lawsuits being filed by other lawyers from all over the country. So it's not just Tony Busby. It's not just Tony Busby. There's other lawyers as well. So he's got 120. And then some of these other dudes, some of these other esquires have at least, one or two or three or four, five other victims as well. So it's going to be more than 120. If they all see the inside of a courtroom, that'll be interesting. But there will be at least over 100, well over 120 lawsuits filed. They'll be filed, but will they see the inside of a courtroom? That remains to be seen. The other piece I got to say, though, too, and this is, just with Tony Busby, I said it on the secondary channel as well, but I'm going to repeat it again here, too. I hope to the sweet baby Jesus that Tony Busby's making sure that each and every single person, every person that's stepping forward and saying that they are a victim of the diddler is indeed a victim of the diddler. That's the one thing I get worried about for him, because let's be real. You got 120 individuals. They could all very well be truthfully victims of Diddy. But there is another piece that gets me very concerned. People lie. People lie. Okay? People lie, y'all. So I get a little bit worried about somebody going, ooh, this is an opportunity. Yo, let's stack up on this bread and then lie. Because I'm wondering what his vetting process is. What Tony Busby's vetting process is. In fact, I would love to get him on the show to get that question answered. What is your vetting process? How are you making sure every single person you are bringing in is 110% telling you the truth? Is this just all smoking gun evidence? Do they have one of Diddy's drawers or use condoms, footage, video? Did he write them later on saying, yeah, I did it? Yeah, sand. What do you have to say absolutely with 110% so much vigor and conviction? You know for a fact all 120 victims are telling the truth. I'm just asking for a friend. Just saying, because that's a lot of people. And yes, he's been on this planet for a long time. And he's been, you know what I mean? He's been, shucking and jiving, doing the hibbity-dibbity, the sideways samba for a minute, okay? But at the same time, it does make you wonder, what is his vetting process? And I say this because I want these victims to win. You feel me? I want them to win. I want them to be believed, and I don't want to give any room for any doubt to have any question. Okay? No room for reasonable doubt. I want them to win, because as soon as one falters, people are going to take that and they're going to run with it. Oh, if she's not telling the truth, then all of these mother lovers are not telling the truth, and then it's a domino effect. You feel me, guys? And then he loses even more cred. That man right here in front of us, Mr. Esquire, Tony Busby. And that I don't want to see happen. Right? So I'm wondering what his vetting process is, because that is some crazy stuff. Indeed. Okay? Indeed. But moving on, guys. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Let me get some of these super chats here really quick. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Like I say all the time, it really means a lot. You could be watching anywhere else. You could watch any other show, and you're spending the time with me. So I really do appreciate it. So make sure, okay, it just helps the show so we can keep growing as a family and becoming strong like bull. So hit that like button down below. Okay, crush it, please, and thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. Follow me on these platforms, please, and thank you. Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble. I'm on all of them mugs. Okay, go follow, subscribe, support. Okay, just like progressively independent. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. And Corey, thank you so much for the super chat. Diddy is most definitely indeed cooked, and I'm glad that you say that. It's the greatest segue in the world, Corey. Good on you, man. Yeah, Hercules. We got to talk about this next thing, and I think this is very interesting. People have been saying for a while, even I even said it. There's been predictions. I'm sorry. There have been predictions about Diddy possibly, maybe getting hit with more charges federally. And guess what? It does look like Diddy is about to get mother loving nuked. I need you guys to understand that the feds do not play, not never, ever. The feds do not play, y'all. Let me just say that. As much as he's been sitting there going, whoa, they walked into my cell and they took photos of things that were notes that were for just me and my constituents, for my lawyers. It's a lawyer-client privileged information. Remember all that stuff? Remember all that? He's got more to worry about than that. Him getting all like, getting, you know what I mean? Throwing a little like toddler tantrum, okay? Because he's mad and all that. Because they looked at his notes. It don't matter. The feds don't give a damn. They've been properly prepared for this stuff. Like I said, the feds are not going to just throw something at the dude just for the sake of throwing something at the dude. Well, let's just throw let's just throw a jaywalking charge on him. Well, I know it's a misdemeanor, but let's just send it over to him anyway so we can just bury him even more into the jail. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to be properly vetted. They're going to get their stuff together. And then what's going to happen? They're going to lay it all out, and then they're going to kick him in the booty. Yes. But stop. Let's get into this article, right? Because like I said, there's things in here. New federal charges, new witnesses, and more. Let's get into this, shall we? Come on down. It's fantastic. So anyway, Diddy is ordered, and I'm sorry. New court dates. So instead of Cinco de Mayo, none of that no more. That's been moved up. No more Cinco de Mayo. No more. And then there's another court date in March for Diddy. Yeah. Federal. He's looking at some serious charges, y'all. Like I said, if these things really do stick, he's screwed. Oh, and there's so much more to this. Oh, I can't wait to tell y'all. There's so much more to this. It's about to be knocking futs. Yeah, he's screwed, y'all. Yeah. He's screwed. Let's get into this. Diddy has been ordered to appear in March 14th to face new allegations in a superseding indictment, marking a major escalation in his federal RICO case. Diddy's past is now catching up to him faster than he can handle. New charges, new witnesses, and a judge who isn't waiting. He just ain't playing, dog. That judge is like, nah, man, I got tea time at this time. We got to do this. I got a spring break on a yacht in some tropical area. It don't matter. I got things to do. So let's just hurry this thing up, okay? So the embattled music mogul Diddy, the diddler, okay, has been ordered to appear in court on March 14th, 2025. All right, this year, the year of our Lord, 2025. Okay, for arraignment on new allegations in a superseding indictment tied to his ongoing federal RICO case. New stuff, new allegations. They've been putting in the work, and it is done. He is done. He's done. The hearing initially set for March 17th has now been moved up 3 days by United States District Judge Subramanian. I know I keep on messing up the judge's name, and that's not out of disrespect. It's a hard one to say. Subramanian, something like that. Vibranium. Oh no. Just go with me, okay? With the judge, all right? Federal prosecutors have expanded the case against Diddy, piling on fresh allegations that further detail his alleged role in a vast criminal enterprise. Now, remember, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, Whitney. I appreciate that. It was good enough. She's like, that good enough for me. Okay, you could call him Subby. Moving on, though. They have more. And here's the thing. Remember, allegedly in March, I want to remind you guys this. Allegedly in March, they're supposed to drop the names. They're supposed to drop a list of names. Okay? Not only are they going to be hitting him with all kinds of new charges, which we're going to be finding out around St. Patty's Day. All right. Isn't that St. Patty's Day? The 17th of March? Somebody Irish tell me. Okay. Top of the morning to you. Just so you know, it's March 17th. Isn't that St. Patty's Day? Isn't that St. Patty's Day? Buddy Love's like, yup. Okay. So there it is. Okay, so not only is it they like hitting this on like big days. You had Cinco de Mayo, now you got St. Patty's Day. Just very interesting. But anyway, all right. So we're supposed to find out on St. Patty's Day what type of things he is going to be hit with, what new federal charges he's going to be hit with, right? But we also are supposed to be hearing sometime this coming month in March, I'm sorry, a new list of all people that were in his enterprise, the people that were going in and setting things up, bringing people, STing S workers across state lines and bringing people overseas, possibly. Okay, there's a lot of things, I'm telling you, and a lot of people that helped him put this whole thing together. He can't be an enterprise. Remember, Diddy can't be solo dolo enterprise. It just doesn't make sense. It's not possible. An enterprise means that he had other people working with him, working for him to do these crazy, disgusting, nasty works out here in these streets. Real talk. So allegedly, as everyone's, wearing green and drinking green beer and doing Irish car bombs, okay, on St. Patty's Day, well, it has been moved up 3 days. But, around that time, we're going to be hearing some serious-ish, these new charges that he's facing, and a few other things in here as well, which is pretty interesting. The superseding indictment reportedly outlines additional acts of STing, trying to blow things, make things go boom, boom. Okay. Some words I can't use. Okay. Pros facilitation. Okay. Pros facilitation, conspiracy, and racketeering, adding even more weight to a case that already has him locked up at the MDC, which he's going to be there for a very long time. So, and also I got to remind you this too. Just I want to say this here really quick, okay? And sorry, S-dubs, that your dogs are snoring that loud. Damn. Are they pugs? Like, wow. Are you giving them the CPAP machines or something? Do they have like a little canine pap machine? No? You know what I mean? To like, because, are they pugs? Like, what kind of dogs are they? Damn. But anyway, okay. But one thing is for sure. I have a feeling after this hearing, his team is going to want to extend. His team is going to want to extend that May 5th or whenever it's really going to go down that particular trial, that court date. I feel like they're going to want to move that. Why, you ask? Because if they hit him with more charges, and it could be new stuff that has nothing to do with racketeering, it could be parts of STing or whatever, his team is going to need more time to be properly ready for that trial. Because at first it's like, oh, it's just these two things. Okay, cool. Right? Oh, it's just these two things. Fine. We can fight that. We're ready because he wants to get out. But if they hit him up with more charges, that's plural. It's not one other charge. It's more charges. They might go, yeah, we might want to we might need a pause because we need to see exactly what you got. We want to make sure that we can build a case and an argument to rebuttal what you are going to be presenting, right? Because again, there's a lot here. There's a lot here, which is going to be very interesting. So let's get into this, okay? The superseding indictment reportedly outlines which I just said that, okay? So he's locked up, and he's going to be locked up for a very long time. In fact, he's going to be locked up for the rest of his days, trust and believe. Diddy's legal team fought to secure his release by offering a $50 million bail package, okay, which included 24-hour armed security that was going to be paid for by him, which makes no sense, all right, and a pre-approved visitor list, which is absolute trash, in my personal opinion. So good on the judge being like, nah, I don't approve that message at all. Okay, but multiple judges shut down that idea, citing concerns over witness tampering and community safety. Absolutely. Sources close to the investigation. This is where it gets really choppy. This is where it gets spicy like a spicy meatball. Sources close to the investigation claim the government has over 50 witnesses, flight records, surveillance look, hold on, I gotta say that again. Surveillance footage. You know what that means? Do you know what that means? So that means that they have more stuff aside from footage of him just, knocking the boots, you know what I mean? Doing those freak offs and having a great old time. Okay? Sweating to the oldies. Doing his thing. Aside from those videos, they have surveillance footage of God knows what he's done. Like I said, and I'm going to say it again. The feds ain't playing, y'all. When the feds got something, they're like that rabid dog. Once they latch on, they cannot let go. Okay? They're not going to let go of this situation. They're going to take this man all the way down. And now you have, let me go back because I did a first dun dun dun. I didn't talk about it. First things first. 50 witnesses. 50. Not 15. 50. 50 witnesses that they have to present in some way, shape, or form in this trial. 50 individuals are willing to step up and talk ish on Diddy. 50. I just need you to understand this. There are, and this is not a situation where you got to understand these 50 witnesses are not walking in getting paid by the feds. They're walking in on their own time, on their own free will to say, nah, I'm taking this mother lover out. Nah, I'm sorry, man. Man. I'm sorry, man. Man. Yeah, I know the diddler. 50 of them. Oh, God. Not one. Not 3. 50. Okay? That's serious. Flight records, So showing that somebody was, and that's more than just another one, Tracy. Damn, that's 50 ones. Okay, 50 another ones. Okay, that's a lot of people. And I guarantee you, some of those 50 witnesses will be suing the pants out of Diddy after their testimonies, after they're called in, etc. Let's be real, because you're telling me all 50 of them are just people who just used to work for Diddy. They're all probably buddies, friends, etc. People that have been victims of him, that have been victimized by him, that have been treated poorly by him, that have been screwed over by him, that have been stolen their music from by him, etc. They're all going to be in this. It's like he's going to have, like, Sean Diddy Combs, this is your life. It's going to be like that. Real talk. And it's going to be varying degrees of just ridiculous evilness, okay, that he has done over the past, I don't know how many decades, 30 years or something. 50 witnesses, flight records that show proof, I'm sure, showing proof positive that he was flying people in and out, or he was flying to certain places to do certain things. Surveillance footage showing him doing crimes. And maybe these surveillance videos actually have audio. So maybe he's talking about crimes. Remember, these surveillance videos are from his own home. And he was recording everything in his home. So for a fact, if he's talking about crime, you think he's going to be like, oh, I can't talk in my own house because I'm watching myself. So I need to go out in the woods and talk on a phone, on a burner phone. No, he's going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about in there because he knows he's in control of the surveillance footage. He knows he's recording himself. So if there's audio to these surveillance videos, oh, he's screwed. And if it's running 24/7, God knows what they found. Terabytes of surveillance footage that they can use against Diddy's boo-hootie, okay? And in addition, corroborating evidence supporting the new charges. Now what I want to know is, oh, dear God, can you just let us know what these new charges about to be? I just want to know. Let a brother know what these new charges are going to be because I really want to know. Don't you? I really, really want to know. Okay? Really want to know. But moving on, Diddy's legal team isn't just fighting the charges. They're going to war over how the case is handled. Now, first off, before I continue on with that, I also want to point this out. Didn't his team also say some BS like, no, we saw the freak off tapes and Cassie looks like she's enjoying it. Remember that BS? Remember that? We talked about it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But here's the thing. They can sit there and go, okay, fine. You can sit there and use that as an excuse. Oh, it was consensual because she looked like she was enjoying it. Sure, you can use that. But they're like, oh, but we got surveillance footage, baby. Yeah, we got a whole lot of surveillance footage. Why do I sound like Bill Clinton there? That was weird. But you know what I mean. We got a whole bunch of surveillance footage. We're going to have some fun. Okay? So again, bad news bears for Diddy. So they're fighting the charges. They're calling BS on a whole bunch of stuff, which is nothing new. Okay? His attorneys are pushing back hard against federal prosecutors, calling the case against him sexist and puritanical. Remember what we talked about. They checked out some videos. They saw some video, some freak off footage with Cassie in it. And they said, oh, well, these are just two adults having consensual activities with other adults in the same room. Everything was consensual. How dare you judge them for being so freaky deaky? How dare you judge them for them bringing in third, fourth, or fifth parties into their bedroom? That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. It was consensual because she was having a great time. You could see it on her face. She loved every minute of it, which is absolutely sad and messed up and wrong for someone to say something like that and for his team to say that. And then, of course, to push back and call the feds puritanical. You don't think those feds get freaky? They're all adults too. They all know about freakiness, but they also know the difference between something that is consensual and something that is not. Sorry. Okay? They know a difference between something that's a crime and something that is a couple just being a little freaky deaky. Massive difference. They argued the so-called evidence, including video footage prosecutors have cited, doesn't show anything criminal, which of course, the feds obviously disagree. Okay. Instead, they claim the videos show adults engaging in consensual acts with no signs of violence, coercion, threats, or manipulation. And again, I keep saying, I said this before when we first talked about it before. You can miss me with the nonsense because there's a lot of things that could happen before, even during, and after the filming that could be her being forced to do something or stay engaged in the activity. And if you don't act like you're enjoying it, she could be in really big trouble after everything's over. Or maybe she was threatened before the shoot, etc. Okay? Plenty of reasons to look at that stuff with a side eye and say, a crime still could have happened there. Period, point blank. So here it is, guys. Okay, and of course, I'm going to check just to see if there's any more updates because that is just pretty crazy. Okay, pretty crazy information. All right. Yeah, nothing so far. But as you guys can see, the diddler is about to go all the way down. Let's be real. Let's remember, they are going to present these charges. It's a matter of if it's going to stick or not. That's all it is. So his team will have to argue why it's BS. The feds have to present their case and present their argument. And then Diddy could very well be walking out with more charges, but still the question still remains. What are indeed those charges? Are they just hitting him up with more racketeering charges? Or is it more specific? Because you got 50 witnesses. You got 50 witnesses coming out by the feds. Now, the other thing, and so I keep wondering, if that's going to have anything, like 50 witnesses coming out is a very, very big deal, clearly, right? So it does make you wonder, what are the charges? And is it just going to be all revolving around RICO charges? That's still a question that still remains to be heard and seen. And we'll find out in March. Okay. The other question I have is Diddy going to get his hands on those witnesses' names? Think about that for a second. You have 50 witnesses. Diddy obviously is probably going gray right now because he's so stressed the hell out. All right. He's growing gray right now. Nothing but gray. He must be terrified. And don't worry, I don't feel bad for him. I'm just saying he must be absolutely terrified right now. But one thing is for sure. He's used to coercion, he's used to threatening, and he's used to harassing people. So it does make you wonder, are these 50 witnesses, are they going to be exposed? Will they be public knowledge, or at least released to the court so that the defense knows exactly who's going up there and testifying. The only thing I get worried about is that him trying to use that list to do exactly what he's actually allegedly good at, which is threatening, bribing, harassing, and then some. So I am kind of curious about that. Is he going to is the court going to release the 50 names? Not to the public. I'm good. We don't need the public to know. I'm more concerned about Diddy knowing. Because you know for a fact he's even more cooked, and you know what happens when a rat or when a mouse, okay, is stuck in a corner. It'll do anything it can to get the hell out. You don't think he's going to go back to his old ways like what he did when he initially got caught after that raid that happened? Think about it. Think about it for a second. So it's definitely something that concerns me, because that 50, I'm sorry, could go down and dwindle down to 30, could dwindle down to 5 by the time this trial sees the inside of a courtroom. But it's happening very, very soon. So again, that is a concern of mine for sure. Most definitely a concern. Let me get the super chat here really quick. Corey, thank you so much for the love. He should be charged with the New Year Eve. The woman said that he. Oh, right. He should be, but I think statute of limitations is over now on that one. So, but I mean, I think that there should be justice all the way around. And I definitely think that he's one of the people that pulled the trigger for show. Okay. I really do believe that. And I believe what Natanya Rubin said. You know what I mean? The victim, the one who got hit in the face, right? I mean, I believe her 100%. And she's like, hey, I saw him. It was his weapon, nobody else's. And I feel like that's without question. I believe her 100%. 100%. Okay. So again, I'm just, one thing is for sure. I am quite curious as to what kind of surveillance footage that they have. I am curious about who the 50 witnesses are, but I'm like, okay, keep that at bay. Don't let anybody know, because you know for a fact all of them their heads could all be on a chopping block as soon as those names get dropped. You see what I'm saying? And we need to protect them at all costs. Okay. But it does make you, I am kind of curious as to, most importantly, what are these new charges he's about to get hit with? And of course, we'll be finding out in March. And March is coming soon. Remember, February is a short month. So we'll be hearing about that very, very soon. I'm looking forward to it, because I really believe that he's done a lot more. And they're just cooking. They're just getting comfortable. There may be another round of more charges for Diddy here very, very soon. And what's actually really unique about this one too is that these charges are mainly, they're not from SAs or R cases or anything. These are all having to do with STing, RICO, racketeering, etc. Those types of charges, which makes this situation even more unique than these other ones that we've seen, right? These other court trials that we've seen of huge celebrities that are getting hit with all kinds of allegations of SA and all that. This is a little bit more unique, because this is on a federal level he's been being hit with. And I think that's really, really interesting. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen here in the next couple weeks, because when it all goes down, it's going to go down. And people are going to be talking about these new charges when they get dropped. But I'm wondering if any of this stuff is going to actually leak. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually curious if anything's going to leak. But give it time, guys. more stuff is coming, you know? The Diddy stuff is not over yet, clearly. And it's about to be wild when everything drops. But anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Ooh, hold on. That's a lie. Hold on, let me get this super chat really quick. Beautiful Messy Ball, thank you so much. Diddy was charged and tried in the nightclub. Yes, he was, right? Diddy was found not guilty and Shine was found guilty. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. I'm pretty sure Double Jeopardy allies. Now, yeah, so I don't think he can do that, right? I don't think that he can be hit with that twice because he's already been, right? So again, and didn't she get money? She got paid like $1 million or something like that, right? But she could still sue him, for another reason, or for other reasons, for sure. But yeah, I'm hoping that she's getting, if she feels like she hasn't gotten full justice, I hope she gets whatever she feels is justice for her, right? I think that's what we all want. Because I believe her. Like I said, I believe her 100%, So anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It means a lot. Thank you so much for being here. Short and sweet show. Just wanted to be on, give you guys this information. And of course, we'll be talking about a bunch of stuff tomorrow. I got more time tomorrow, so thank God, because there's so much going on. All right, there's so much to talk about. All right, so we will be talking very soon. But please do me a favor before you head out. Hit that like button down below. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on the TikTok. That would be greatly appreciated. If you're watching on those other platforms as well, like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, show some love. Hit that follow button. Follow over here on the TikTok as well. Follow. Subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips, please and thank you. There's been I've been covering some other things over there that I'm not covering over here, and vice versa. So make sure you're subscribed to both channels. All right, hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals, and of course, do not forget, check out PascalMerch.com. We got some really great stuff over there, guys. PascalMerch.com. All right, guys. But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. Have a great rest of your night. Get some sleep. And we'll be talking tomorrow. There's a lot going on, so we'll be talking. All right? Much love to you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.